Hello guys, so we are back again, and in this session we are going to do the institution level questions, which we were left. And as we have discussed that we will start with this type of institutional DPP book, DPP solving. And almost all the institutions DPP booklets are almost, they contain all the book stuffs only. Like if you consider Aryan book, or Singh's book, the questions which you will tackle after solving it, and when you solve DPP, you will find that almost 80% of the stuff are the same. Some few things are added by the faculties of the institution, and rest all things are same only. So so it doesn't brings any change, but I want to do more problems so that when you solve, you should be very, means your concept, your core should be very strong. So in exam, the more variety you know, the more question clarity you have, the more probability is there for you to get selected in the examination. And that's how the things goes. And that's and in this way only the things will go. If you don't practice problems, you are not going to get selected in examination. Because theory will not help you in the examination. Theory is not useful. The questions solving skill will get you selected. As far as we are concerned, your question solving skill should be strong. You should take low time. Now now let's begin with our things. And now the exercise which we are going to do, which is the first exercise. It has some basic level questions of you can say the level is of JEE Mains. Although you can find some questions which will be slightly less than the JEE Mains level. Which will be slightly less than the JEE Mains level, but if you can even do half of the questions, or just take the target as more than, if I do 20 questions, if you are able to do 13 questions, then it is fine, your performance is going well. Because the exercise, if you consider a single exercise, it contains all the variety of questions from the complete chapter. So to pick a question, select, first you have to identify from which section it is, then apply the concept and then solve it, is a great task in itself only. So if you can do that, then it is great thing. And soon the more problems you tackle, the better your skills will get and sharper. And your sharpening skills means you can fastly identify from which section this question has came. So now let's begin with the first problem. The first problem is this. I will read the problem. The first term of an AP of consecutive integers is p square plus 1. The sum of 2p plus 1 terms of this series can be expressed as, the first option is p plus 1 the whole square, B option 2p plus 1 into p plus 1 the whole square, third option p plus 1 the whole cube, and fourth option is p cube plus p plus 1 the whole cube. Now first term, the first term is given, which is, so I have my A, which is p square plus 1. No issue. Now they are telling consecutive. Consecutive means I can directly say that the next term will be p square plus 2, the third term will be nothing but p square plus 3, and so on. So can I get my D? Yes, I can easily get D, since it is an AP. B minus A will be what? P square plus 2 minus p square minus 1, which will give me 1. So I got my D, which is the common difference. So what we are going to do, we want the sum of 2p plus 1. So the SN formula in an AP is n by 2 bracket 2a plus bracket n minus 1 into D. Fine. Now here n is what? N is 2p plus 1. Because we want sum of 2p plus 1 terms. And further on, we have our A as p square plus 1, we have our D as 1. Now let's substitute and get the value. 2p plus 1 is equals to 2p plus 1 upon 2 into p square plus 1 plus, here we will substitute 2p plus 1 minus 1 into D, which is nothing but 1, The moment you substitute, you will come to know 2p plus 1 remain as it is. This is 2p square plus 1. Here we will get something like 2p. Now we can remove this 2 by this 2, okay, which will give me 2p plus 1 into p square plus 1 plus 2p, sorry, p. Okay, this is p. Now if I multiply this, I have 2p cube, 2p square, and if I multiply this p square, 1 and p. If I add all the terms, 2p cube, 3p square, 3p plus 1. Okay, now student gets stuck in this step. Okay, for this to reach the options, your course should be very strong, means your basic class 10 formula should be on your tips. Okay, you should be very smart to try to create those things, okay, formulas. Okay, like here many students will wonder how we will create this. Okay, so here if you observe, okay, you can guess from the options also. You have to create p cube. Okay, so I will take one p cube and leave the rest as it is. So I will keep one p cube, okay, and leave the rest as it is, which will be what, p cube plus 3p square plus 3p plus 1. Okay, don't you find this stuff as p plus 1 the whole cube formula, which is p cube plus 3p square into 1. Okay, then again 3 into p into 1 square plus 1 cube. Okay, so that formula is as follow, okay, which I just wrote down. So you can find that this is the formula. So I will just put the values p plus 1 the whole cube. Okay, so we reach to this final answer. Okay, so D option is the correct option. Okay, so hope you have understand each and every step. Okay, the question was very easy. Okay, as I mentioned, the exercise is very easy. Okay, but just keep this word in your mind and head. Okay, because it's very important. Consecutive means if you are not able to predict this, then you will never able to get the D. Okay, if you are not able to get the D, then you will always wonder how I can get D. Okay, that is the issue. Okay, so the next problem which we are going to do is this. Okay, this is the second problem, okay, which says if a1 comma a2 comma a3 and so, okay, and so on are in AP such that a1 plus a5 plus a10 plus a15 plus a20 plus a24 is equal to 225. Okay, then a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus and so on till a23 plus a24 is equal to what? Okay, now this question can be done with the general AP properties, general AP things. Okay, and the next way to do it, okay, more easily and save your time is using insertion of means concept. Okay, if you watch my lectures, okay, in which I have taught sequence and series, okay, then this similar type of question we have already done. Okay, so that is the advantage of being lecture large. Okay, that you are able to see many varieties of question. Okay, so here you can predict it out that this question is from that variety. Okay, so here what our target is, okay, here they have given a1 plus a5 a1 plus a5 plus a10 a15 a20 a24. Okay, now suppose there are 24 terms. Okay, if I say that, okay, here there will be 24 terms, a2 a3, okay, till a24. Okay, so now arithmetic mean will be a1 plus a24 by 2. If anyone say that if I tell a1 plus a2 by 2 is my arithmetic mean, no, it is not my arithmetic mean, this is wrong, but this is right. How this is right? Because the subscript should add up and give n plus 1. Okay, that is here 24 terms are there, so n plus 1. Okay, this is n, so n plus 1 will be what, 25. So here 24 plus 1 25. Similarly, if you take second term, then sorry, if you take the second term, then you have to take the 23rd term. Okay, now if you add on the subscript divided by the number of the terms, if you add on, you will again get subscript as 25, which is the indication that the AM is same. Okay, now you can take as many terms as you want, like A2, A3, A4, A5, but remember, the moment you take, you have to take terms which will add on and give 25, like 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay, so here are the terms. Now how many terms are there? 4, 4, 8. Okay, so I will divide it by this, and this will also be my AM. Okay, so this is the property which I have explained in the sequence series lecture, but since if you have not watched those lectures, so it will be more comfortable for you to watch those lectures. Okay, so here this is also equal to AM. Okay, so now if I want to solve this problem, if you see A1, A24 will give me A25, A5, A20 will give me 25 again, A10, A15 will give me 25. Okay, so they satisfy the condition of, okay, AM. Okay, so if they satisfy, the AM which I can get will be what? A1 plus A25 plus A10 plus A15 plus A20 plus A24. Okay, divide by how many number of terms are there? 3, 6. Okay, so here if you see 225 by 6. Okay, this is my AM. Okay, but can I create AM using this? Okay, if you see 1 plus 24 give me 25, 2 plus 23 will give me 25. Okay, so again, okay, I will solve this here. So AM for this, okay, this will be what? A1 plus A2 plus A3 and so on till A24, and all are giving me subscript 25, so they are valid. Now 24 terms are there, so I will divide by 24. Okay, now this is AM. Okay, this should also be AM, but do I have the AM value? Yes, I have the AM value, which is 25 by 6. So I will substitute here 25, 225 by 6 into 24. Okay, and here A1 plus A2 plus A3 and so on till A24 will be left. Now if you multiply, okay, 225 into 4, which will give you finally 900. Okay, which is the value of this A1 plus A2 plus A3 and so on till A24. Okay, so this was the easiest approach possible to these type of problems. Okay, and there are other ways also. Okay, but since we have done so many problems in the lectures also on this, so it is better to use this approach. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. The next question. Okay, so here the third question, which says if x belongs to R, okay, the numbers, okay, 5 plus x plus 5, 1 minus x, comma a by 2, comma 25 by x plus 25 or minus x form an AP, then A must lie in the interval. Okay, A 1 comma 5, B is 2 comma 5, C option is 5 to 12 close interval. Okay, and the D option is 12 to infinity. Okay, now, okay, so how students solve this problem is like this. Okay, 5, 1 plus x plus 1 minus x. Okay, and this will be this. Now a by 2 is here, 25 by x minus x. Okay, now they are getting 5 by 2, a by 2, and this is 25 by 0, which will be 1. So they are getting 25 comma a by 2 comma 1. Now if they apply AP property, then a will be 25 plus 1, which will be 26. Okay, so they are getting something like this, and here just by luck and coincidence this answer may be right, or okay, but probabilities it can be wrong also. Okay, but this approach is only wrong. Okay, this method is wrong. Okay, because you cannot apply this property only. Okay, how can you just add on these numbers? Okay, since the bases are same. Okay, this is possible in multiplication. Okay, when 5.5 1 plus x into 1 minus x is given, then you can simply add them, no issue, but you cannot apply this property here. Okay, the basic thing should be strong. Okay, so here how we will solve this, okay, is that if I apply AP condition, if I apply, what I can see that a, since I will multiply with this with 2, this 2 below will cancel out the 2, and which will give me 5 power 1 plus x plus 5 power 1 minus x plus 25 power x plus 25 power minus x, which will give me here what, I will take 5 power, okay, 5 common, which will give me 5 power x plus 5 power minus x. Okay, and here similarly I can write this 5 power 2x, and here I can write the 5 power minus 2x. Okay, so what I will do in the next step, 5 power x plus 5 power minus x plus 5 power 2 I will take common, which will give me 5 power x, okay, keep it 2x only, plus, okay, I will just take the 5 common, okay, 1 5 common, which will give me 5 power x plus 5 power minus x. Okay, so okay, let me write it again, otherwise you may be confused. 5x plus 5 power minus x. Okay, I want to create same bracket here. Okay, so I am giving a 5, which will give me 5 power x plus 5 power minus x. Okay, so what I am getting, okay, here is this stuff. Okay, and 5 we have taken common. Okay, so what we can do, if I take 5 common, I will be left with twice 5 power x plus 5 power minus x. Okay, 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 so here, okay, here we will apply one property. If you know, then that is great. A power x plus a power, okay, a power minus x is always greater than equal to 2. Okay, this you can derive by am greater than equal to gm. Okay, but just keep this in mind. Okay, I think I have covered this also. Okay, okay, if I have told you also. Okay, this is this can also be derived from mth mean also. Okay, so you means keep this property in mind. According to this property, since this can also work for this, since it is a constant power, okay, it will also be greater than equal to 2. If that is true, 5 2 into 2, okay, which will give me something 20. Okay, so here where 20 lies in 12 to infinity, so D is the answer. But the other way, okay, solve this is that you can directly, okay, since it will be valid for this and this both, since they both are constant, so it will be greater than equal to 2, so you can substitute here also. So 5 into 2 plus 2, which will directly give you 12 here. Okay, so you want a number, okay, and the moment you apply this, it will be greater than equal to, okay, greater than equal to, okay, so greater than equal to 12 means D again. Okay, so here also, from here, D option is the most appropriate option which you can pick. Okay, now from this side, okay, let's move on to the next question, and the next question is as follow, which is the third, which says as follow, fourth question, sorry. The fourth question says the third term of a GP is 4. The product of the first 5 term is what? Okay, they want the product of the first 5 terms. Okay, so a GP third term is given, so T3 is given, which is 4. So how we write it in GP T third term? TR square is equals to 4. Okay, now for a product of first 5 terms, okay, which is T1 T2 T3 T4 T5 is equals to what? Product of first 5 terms. Okay, this is what we want. So if I apply AR square, AR cube, AR power 4, we want this here, A power 5, R power what? How much is R power 10? Okay, now if you observe, I can write this as AR square by taking 5 common, so AR square Okay, 5 if I take outside. Okay, this is nothing but 4 from this value I can get from here, so 4 power 5. Okay, which is our answer, which is the B option. This question was quite a simple question compared to the questions which we have just attempted previously. Okay, so now the next question which we are going to tackle is this question, which is the fifth question. If S is the sum of infinity of a GP whose first term is A, then the sum of the first n terms is. Okay, so they're telling S is the sum of infinity GP. Okay, so you should know that the sum of infinity GP is different and sum of the normal n term is different, as we have discussed it in very detailed, okay, in our lectures when we were teaching sequence and series. So it is essential that you watch those lectures before appearing this. If you watch those lectures, there is high probability that you are able to solve 15 plus, okay, or 18 plus questions from this section. Okay, currently this exercise which we are doing in this lecture. Okay, so I know that S is what, sum of infinity terms, S infinity, and whose first term is A. So A is given and the sum of the first n terms. Now we want, so if I apply S is equals to A upon 1 minus R, this is the formula for sum of infinity terms, okay, right? Now more often what we are interested in, sum of n terms. Okay, so I will call it S1, which is nothing but A 1 minus, okay, why I will take 1 minus R power n, because okay, there is high probability to use this. Okay, if I use 1 minus R power n upon 1 minus R. Now you can clearly make out that this part, okay, is similar to this, so I can substitute this as S. So what I have now 1 minus S into 1 minus R power n, but here something else is there. Okay, so what we will do, okay, so one thing is sure, that this option is rejected and this option is rejected. Now we have to focus on these two options. How we can substitute this R? So we will multiply here, S A by S is equals to 1 minus R. So for R will be what, 1 minus A by S will be R. Okay, so we will substitute the R here. Okay, we will substitute the R here. Okay, which will give me what, S is equals to 1 minus A by S power n. Okay, so here S into 1 minus, okay, we have substituted this. Now you can clearly make out that which option is the correct option, which is this one, B. Okay, so it was just a simple substitution type questions using sum of infinity. Okay, and you have to substitute in S normal sum of n terms, okay, of a GP, okay, to get at the answer. Okay, this was sum of normal n terms of a GP. Okay, so now let's move on to the next problem. The next problem, which is question number 6. Okay, this is the question number 6. The sum of the series 1 upon log 2 power log 4 to the base 2 plus 1 upon log 4 to the base 4 plus log 1 upon log 4 to the base 8 and so on till 1 upon log 4 to the base 2 power n is. Okay, now if you can observe all the terms, we can make the lowest common possible base, which is 2. Okay, and rather here you can observe all the 4 are same. Okay, the base power, okay, base not base the power. Okay, but here all the 4s are same. Okay, bases we can make the least common, which is 2. Okay, so we will try to make them, but before that you should know one property, that if log a to the power b and c to the power d is given, okay, so I can move this power like this, okay, and this power like this, d by b log a to the base c to the base a, sorry. Okay, so this is what the property says. Okay, now how we will use this property here and how we will solve it is as follow. Okay, first what we will do, we will here log 2, since common base, least common base is already present, so we will not do anything. Here we will do what, 1 upon log what we can do. Okay, let's try to do one more thing which will simplify our job. If I try to make it 2, this 4, if I try to make it, then you should know one more property, that log 2 to a to the base a. Okay, so if this and this become same, then it becomes equal to 1. Okay, so we will move this 2 here, so this will be what, 2 log 2. Similarly here it will be what, 2 by 2, log 2 to the base 2. Similarly here it will be, if I move 2 power 3 will be, and this will move here 3 and 2, log 2 to the base 2. Similarly here it will be what, 4 to the base 2 log 2. And now you can clearly make out what we are doing, and in the end what it will be, n upon 2 log 2 to the base 2. Okay, now what, this all log 2 to the base 2 will become 1, and what we are left with, 1 by 2 we will take common, so we are left with 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus and so on till n terms. Okay, and sum of n terms is nothing but n into n plus 1 by 2, which is nothing but n into n plus 1 by 4. Okay, so this is what which is given in this, okay, in this problem, that you have to try to eliminate the log, okay, by using this property. And then further what you have to do, okay, take the 2 common and use the induction formula, okay, which is sum of n terms. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. The next question is as follow: for a sequence an, a1 is equals to 2 is given, and an plus 1 by an is equals to 1 by 3, okay, is given, then summation r is equals to 1 to 20 ar is what? Okay, now a is what, 20 by 2 into, okay, 4 plus 19 into 3. First option, B is 3 into 1 minus 1 by 3 power 20, and C option is 2 into 1 minus 3 power 20, and D option is none of this. Okay, so how we are going to proceed this problem? Okay, if you can observe, okay, in GP, just remember in GP how we used to find common ratio. We used to take one greater than term, okay, one greater term. If I say A, B, C, how you will find R? Okay, you will take the greater term divided by the just the previous term before it. Okay, so this B just term before it, okay, before it, just it appears before it, means will be A. Back of it, sorry, back of it, just back of it will be A, so I will just divide it by. Similarly here, if I consider a series A1, A2 and so on till an, and an plus 1 if I take, and here if I divide this term, just the previous term before it will be an. If I divide an plus 1 upon an, this will also be R, and here A2 by A1 will also be R. So we got R value, which is nothing but 1 by 3. So if you are able to identify this, then you will get solely, you will be able to solve this problem. A1 is what, 2. Summation, we have done so many questions, so I am not going to elaborate summation. A1 plus A2 plus A3 and so on till A20. Fine. What we are going to do, we are going to take A common, which will give us 1 plus R square and 2 also, and so on till R power 19. Okay, now what we are going to do is apply the formula sum of R terms, which is, okay, if you don't take A common, okay, it's up to you. Okay, the answer will finally come out to be same, okay, which is 1 minus, okay. Now why we are taking 1 minus R power n? Because here the common ratio is less than 1. Okay, so 1 by 3 power, how many terms are there? 20, divided by 1 minus 1 by 3. Okay, and here the first term is 2, we will substitute that also. So 2 into 1 minus 1 by 3 power 20 upon 3 minus 1 by 2, sorry, by 3. So here what we are getting, I will write it here, which is 3 into 1 minus 1 by 3 by 20. This is our answer, and which is matching with our B option. So hope you have understand. Okay, this common ratio part is the toughest part. If you can look out this issue, then you will surely able to solve this problem. With that, so now the next question which we are going to see is, let me take the question. Okay, 8th problem. Okay, alpha comma beta be the roots of the equation x square minus, okay, x square minus 3x plus a equal to 0, and gamma comma delta be the roots of x square minus 12x plus b equal to 0, and numbers alpha comma beta comma gamma comma delta are in this order. Okay, form an increasing GP. Okay, increasing, what is important? Okay, keep that in mind. Okay, whenever these type of words appear, you should be cautious. Okay, increasing GP, then Okay, A option is A equals to 3, B is equals to 12, A is equals to 12, B is equals to 3, A is equals to 2, B is equals to 32. D option, A is equals to 4, B is equals to 16, A is this, B is this. Okay, now we want to just find the A and B value. Okay, now if alpha comma beta are the roots of x square minus 3x plus A equal to 0, then sum of the roots I can clearly make out by minus b by a using concept this, which will be 3. Okay, similarly if gamma comma delta is the roots of x square minus 2lx plus b is equals to 0, okay, so gamma plus delta will be minus b by a, which will be 12. Okay, now and one more thing, alpha into beta will be c by a, which we can make out that it is a, and similarly gamma into delta will be nothing but c by a will be nothing but b. Okay. Okay, now alpha, beta, gamma comma delta okay, are in GP in this order. Okay, also increasing GP, okay, which says R should be positive, greater than 0. Now, so what we are going to, since they are in GP, I can represent them as AR square, AR cube. So if I substitute this here, A plus AR is equals to 3, I will take A common, 1 plus R is equals to 3. Keep it as first equation. Similarly, here I will substitute, which will be AR square plus AR cube, which should be equal to 12. I will take AR square common, which will create 1 plus R is equals to 12, 2. Okay, now what we will do, divide 2 by 1, which will give me AR square into 1 plus R upon A into 1 plus R, 12 upon 3, giving me finally R is equals to, R square is equals to 4, giving me R is equals to plus minus 2, but R is equals to minus 2 is not possible, R is equals to 2 is the only possible correct answer. Okay, so we got R is equals to 2 as our answer. Okay. Okay, if I got my R, can I get my A? How? By substituting the value. I know A plus AR is equals to 3. Let's substitute the value. So take A common, 1 plus 2 plus equals to 3. So I got my A is equals to 1. Okay, so if I got my A is equals to 1 and I know alpha into beta is my A. Okay, sorry, I should have not taken this A. I will take this capital A. Okay, just let's make okay. Okay, just this A is different. Okay, I just forgot to take this A. Okay, and in the question, entire question, I was not able to point out that. Okay, please take it differently. Okay, take this capital A. Okay, it will help you in avoiding the errors which can happen. Okay, since in exam you might be under pressure. Okay, and there is a high probability that you might do error in understanding what terms. Okay, if there are any similar terms. Okay, so here it will be what, A into AR, which will be nothing but 1 into 2, which is nothing but 2. So I got my A is equals to 2. Now here from the option you can easily say out that my C option is correct, because B is equals to 32 and A is equals to T is the only option. There is no A is equals to 2 other option. But gamma into delta we will also find out, AR square into AR cube, which will give me 4 into 8, which is nothing but 32, which is this. Okay, so we are done with this problem. Okay, just a quadratic application type question. Okay. Now the next question which we are going to see is this. Okay, if 3 plus 1 by 4 into 3 plus d plus 1 upon 4 square into 3 plus 2d plus so on up to infinity equals to 8, then the value of d is. Okay, now here one thing which we can easily make out, that this is a AGP, because if you observe, these terms are running in what, AP, while this is running in GP. Okay, so how we used to solve this, we used to consider it as this sum 1 upon 4 into 3 plus d. Okay, all these methods we have discussed while I was teaching you sequence and series. Okay, series and progression, and inequality is another section. So what we used to do, we will write this as one equation, we will multiply it by common ratio, s by 4 and divide it. Then what I will have 3 by 4 plus, now it will be 4 square 3 plus d, and here the next term will be 4 cube 3 plus 2d, and since it is infinity, we are not going to mention the last term. Now we will subtract. Okay, what? Subtract 1 minus 2. Okay, which will give me 3s by 4 should be equal to 3, and here if you subtract, you will come to know it is what? D by 4, and similarly d by 4 square, d by 4 cube, and so on, it will go till infinity. Okay, now here if I substitute, this value is nothing but 8, it is given in the problem here. So I will the moment I substitute 4 will cancel it twice, and 3 into 2 is 6, so 6 equals to 3 plus, okay, d by 4 is my first term. Okay, since it is an infinite GP, 1 upon, okay, a I have just substituted here 1 minus common ratio, okay, 1 minus 1 by 4. Okay, I will move the 3 here, which will give me 3 is equals to d by 4 into 4 minus 1 upon 4 will cancel out, giving me d is equals to 9, which is the option. Okay, which is the answer, and this is what they were asking, d value. Okay, so we just wanted to find the d value. Okay, although in every EGP problem there is only, okay, there is two things they can ask, other than they can ask either the sum, okay, or any missing constituent. Okay, like here d was the constituent missing, okay, or any some random constant. Okay, so the 10th problem which we are going to see is this: the sum, okay, from r equals to 2 to infinite 1 upon r square minus 1 is equal to what? A is 1, b is 3 by 4, c is 4 by 3, d is none of this. Okay, now summation r equals to 2, infinity is given, 1 upon r square minus 1. The moment you are able to identify that this is a telescopic series problem, now the next question you should ask, how I will identify? The answer is practice. Okay, there is no other way. Okay, you have to practice. So what we will do, okay, we will try to create fr plus 1 minus f of r on the top, and in the bottom it will be like this only, which will be what? Here I can write it as f of r minus 1 into f of r plus 1, okay, and r plus 2 and infinity. If I write f of r plus 1, it will be what? This one, and f of r, which is the lowest one, which is r minus 1. So r plus 1 minus r minus 1 upon r minus 1 into r plus 1. But if you observe, you will come to know that this r plus 1 minus r minus 1, okay, will give me what? Here it will become 2. But since if you observe in the starting there was 1, okay, there was no 2. So what we will do? We will divide and multiply by 2. R is equals to 2 to infinity, and write the again question r square minus 1. Okay, now we have, since here multiplied by 2 and divided by 2, now we can write this as this, okay, which will give me, if you are not able to understand this step, please go and watch the lectures. Okay, there I have explained, okay, means given this topic about 3 to 4 lectures, okay, and many, means about 52 questions, okay, on telescopic series, okay, to explain variety of telescopic series. Okay, so here we can write this 2 as r plus 1 minus r minus 1 upon what? R minus 1 upon r plus 1. Now if I separate it out, what I am left with? 1 upon r minus 1 minus 1 upon r plus 1, and here summation will be there, r is equals to 2 to infinity. Okay, if you, okay, sorry for that. Okay, so now can I apply the telescopic formula? If yes, then you are wrong. Okay, why? Because this is f of r minus 1 and this is r plus 1. The difference in the two terms should be only 1, and here the difference is of 2. Okay, so what we have to do in situation, we have discussed that we will add the term which is missing. which is what we will do, what nothing but r is equals to 2 to infinity is given 1 upon r minus 1. We will add here, subtract a minus r, and similarly here what we will do, 1 upon r minus 1 upon r plus 1. Okay, just added and subtracted the term, this term. Now what we will do, we will apply the summation r equals to 2 to infinity on these terms, 1 upon r minus 1 upon r plus summation r is equals to 2 to infinity 1 upon r minus 1 upon r plus 1. Okay, so the moment we apply this, okay, we will substitute the lowest value in the lower and a higher value in the higher. This is the lowest, so here 2 we will substitute, it will become 1. This will, since infinity is substituted, this will become 0. Similarly here 2 we will substitute, then it will become 2. The moment we substitute here, infinity will become 0. Okay, so we are left with this stuff, which is 1 by 2 and 1 plus 1 by 2, which give me 3 by 2 into 1 by 2, giving me final answer as 3 by 4. Okay, so this is our answer, which is the B option. Okay, so we are going to take this option, and this question was on the basis of telescopic series. Okay, now let's see the next question. Okay, in a GP of positive terms, any term is equal to the sum of the next two terms. The common ratio of the GP is what? Okay, the options are 2 cos 18 degree, cos 18 degree, okay, sin 18 degree, cos 18 degree, 2 sin 18 degree. Okay, now the if I consider the terms AR square, then as per the condition, A should be equal to AR plus AR square. Now let's divide throughout by A. You will get 1 is equals to R plus R square. If I move the 1 that side, I will give R minus 1 equals to 0. Okay, to the right side I am going to get this equation. If I try to get R value, so I have minus 1 plus minus under root 1 plus 4 upon 2, which is giving me minus 1 plus minus under root 5 upon 2. Now here if you observe, it is telling in a GP of positive terms. Okay, for positive terms R should be greater than 0. So R, the possible R can be only this, minus 1 plus under root 5 upon 2. Okay, the other R will be rejected. Okay, since it will be negative. Okay, so this is our R. Further on, the common ratio we want. Now you should know the cos 18 value, sin 18 value. Sin 18 value is what? Under root 5 minus 1 upon 4, but here it is 2. So what we will do, we will multiply and divide by 2, which will give me under root 5 minus 1 upon 4. So but this is sin 18, so this is not the sin 2 into sin 18 degree. Okay, which is our R. Okay, so D option is the correct. Okay, so this question was also easy. Now let's move on to the next question. The next question is the 12th question. If 1 upon 1 square plus 1 upon 2 square plus 1 upon 3 square and so on till infinity is equals to pi square by 6, then 1 upon 1 square plus 1 upon 3 square plus 1 upon 5 square and so on till infinity is what? Okay, so this question, okay, which I have just, okay, we have done it in the lectures when I was teaching you these type of questions. Okay, which is nothing but just adding the terms. Okay, these questions have just that thing, add the missing terms, separate them, apply the same thing, formulas. Okay, induction formulas. Now we will try to solve this. First we will consider the given term 1 upon 1 square as sum, although I know its sum is what, and so on till infinity. Okay, its sum is what? Pi square by 6. Okay, now we will consider S1 as this sum, 1 upon 3 square, 1 upon 5 square, and so on. Okay, and so on. Here we have only odd terms. Okay, so what we will do, we will add even term. Okay, and simultaneously we have to subtract it also. The moment you do this, you will have a series of 1 upon 2 square, 1 upon 3 square, and 1 upon 4 square. Now you will say that this is nothing but a n number of terms square series. Okay, going to infinity. But here the negative 1 upon 2 square, 1 upon 4 square, 1 upon 6 square will be stuck. Okay, so this value I know, pi square by 6, and here what I will do, I will take 1 upon 2 square common. The moment I will take 1 upon 2 square, this is what 2 into 2 square. Okay, 2 into 2 into 2 square. Okay, you can under this 4 power 2 as you can write it 2 into 2 power 2. Okay, so the moment I take this out, I will be left with 2 power 2, and similarly this will be 3 into 2 power 2. Okay, 2 power 2 is taken out, 3 square, so I am left with 2 square again the moment I take common. Okay, so here I am getting the same infinity terms. So pi square by 6 minus 1 by 4, this is what, again pi square by 6. So here pi square by 6 minus pi square by 24. So to make it 24, I will do what, 3 pi square minus pi square upon 24, give me finally 2 pi square by 24. So pi square by 12. Okay, so this is our answer, which is S1, which was the required answer, pi square by 24. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. So the next question is this. Okay, so in this question, the question is as follows: sum of the series is 1 square minus 2 square plus 3 square minus 4 square and so on, minus 2002 square plus 2003 square. Okay, so the answers are very big. I'm not going to read them. Okay, so the approach in this problem is that one is that you can remove the minus negative terms, add the positive even terms, but when you add that means there will be negative. Okay, but it will become twice since there is already a negative even term series present. Okay, and you will get the answer, okay, by this method. But this method is not useful in this. Okay, why? Because the number answer you can see they are quite big numbers. Okay, and using that we have to apply n formulas again and again. Okay, induction formulas. Okay, which will be not in which we will not be comfortable. Okay, so what we will do, we will use the method 2. Okay, in this type of problems, when I was teaching you the lectures, okay, teaching you sequence, we have came across this type of also problems. Okay, so method 2 we are going to go with. When if you can observe, okay, how many terms are there. Okay, how many terms are there? 203 or 2003. Okay, 2003 is an odd number. Okay, so there will surely be a term which will not present in pair. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to take the one as left. Okay, and we are going to write this as 3 square minus 2 square, 4 square, 5 square minus 4 square, and so on. How we will write this? 2003 square minus 2002 square. Okay, so here if you can observe, this will be 3 minus 2 into 3 plus 2. Similarly 5 minus 4 into 5 plus 4, and so on. We are going to get 2003 minus 2002 into 2003 plus 2002. Okay, so this minus will become 1 1 1 all the, and we are left with 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus, and so on. This will go till 2003. Now since this is an sum of n terms, we can apply the induction formula n into n plus 1 by 2, which is giving me 2003 into 2004 upon 2. Okay, which will give me 2003 into 1002, which will give me something like 200706. Okay, which is the first option. Okay, so in this way we are going to solve this problem. Okay, but what if you don't consider the 1? Then it will be like this: 1 minus 2, 1 plus 2, 3 minus 4, 3 plus 4, and the moment you reach the 2000, you have to leave this term, and before this 2001 minus 2002, and similarly 2001 plus 2002. Okay, so here minus 1 will come common, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus, and so on, in 2002 plus 2003 square, and the moment to take the sum and subtract, you will get the same answer. But if you go with the logic, you will never have to do this much of struggle. Okay, you will directly able to solve. Okay, taking the square. Okay, that is a big task compared to taking induction. Okay, which was so easy that the number was easily divisible. Okay, now let's move on. So the next question, which is the 14th question, okay, is given the sum of n terms of the series 1 into 1 factorial plus 2 into 2 factorial plus 3 into 3 factorial and so on. Okay, the options are n plus 1 factorial minus 1, n minus 1 factorial minus 1, n minus 1 factorial plus 1. D is n plus 1 factorial plus 1. Okay, if you remember in our lectures when I was teaching you dependent and independent inequalities, okay, summations, okay, in the in the independent we have done the similar problem like this. Okay, how we have to proceed this problem? Okay, we have to write summation is r is equals to 1 to n. I can write it r into r factorial, right? Now what we will do in the next step, okay, this problem we have already done, r plus 1 and r minus 1 we will do. Okay, so the moment I will do this, I can write this as r1 into r. This will give you a telescopic series, okay, which you can clearly make out. Okay, this question has also appeared in telescopic series also. Okay, so if you have watched the lecture, you will be able to solve so many questions. Okay, because we have covered many varieties of questions, okay, in the lectures. A complete Singlish is a lot of questions. Okay, if you solve those, it is damn good for you. Okay, your core concept will be so improved and so polished that you will clearly easily qualify JEE Mains. Okay, so here r plus 1 into r factorial minus r factorial, here the lowest. Okay, but before that, r plus 1 into r factorial will be nothing but r plus 1 factorial minus r factorial. Now here r equals to 1 to n. Now which one is the bigger and which one is the smaller? I mean, which is fr plus 1 and which is fr? So this is fr plus 1. So we will substitute here n plus 1. That is the rule which I told you, and here 1. Okay, so this is what we are getting, which is the first option. Okay, and till now we have come across more than 500 to 600 questions, and I have kept this thing of telescopic series. Instead of opening the series, many teachers teach opening the series, check the terms are cancelling out. Why to do those stuff of works? Okay, why to go for those heavy tasks? Okay, when you can easily substitute and get the answer. Okay, so never do those type of things. Okay, many teachers teach that opening the series and when see the terms are cancelling out. Why you have to do that? Okay, just substitute the lower function the lower value and higher in the higher value and see you get your answer. Okay, now let's move on. This is the next question which we are going to come across, which is the 15th question. The sum of the 10 terms of this series under root 2 plus under root 6 plus under root 8 plus under root 54 and so on is, okay, A option is 121 into under root 6 plus under root 2. B option is 121 by 2 under root 3 plus 1. C option is 243 under root 3 plus 1. D option is 243 under root 3 minus 1. Okay, so what we can observe here, if I call it some s, okay, some s, here I can write this as 2, this I can write 2 into 3, this I can write 2 into, okay, this I can write 2 into, this is 8. Okay, so this is 2, this is 3. Okay, so 8, while we can write this as 2 into okay, I think there is some error in the question. Okay, let me check. Okay, is there some error in the question? Yes, there is some error. This is 18. Okay, this is 18, so we can write this as 2 into 3 square. Okay, so 2 into 3 square plus under root 2 into 54 will be 3 cube. Okay, so what we are going to do, okay, we are going to do a simple thing. We are going to remove the under root 2 which was present there, and we are going to left with 3 plus under root 3 square, 3 cube and so on. 3 cube and so on. Okay, now you can clearly easily say me the sum of this under root 3 power 10. Okay, 10 terms are there, minus 1 upon what, under root 3 minus 1. Okay, now to reaching the answer is itself a task. Okay, because you can see the question answer is not in this format only. Okay, so under root 2 into, okay, that is where I'm very sure that I have to rationalize it. Okay, then this I can write as 3 power 5. Okay, because 10 power 2 will be giving me 3 power 5 minus 1 under root 3 plus 1 upon, here it will be 3 minus 1, which will give me 2. And if I rationalize this also, I will be okay. Okay, let's multiply the 2, which will give me 6. Okay, I'm getting 6 plus root 2. Okay, so I got one thing, and 3 power 5 is what, 122. Not 122, it is something 242, 243 243 minus 1 upon 2, which will give me 242 into under root 6 plus under root 2 upon 2, which will give me 121 into under root 6 plus under root 2, which is the A option. Okay, so A is our answer. Okay, so hope you have understand each and every step. Okay, how we came across this. Okay, although I did this step fastly, okay, but you can easily make out that this is 2 into 3, this is 2 into 3 square. Okay, but this will come if you solve the questions. Okay, practice them. Okay, then only you will able to observe things rapidly. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is this. Okay, 16. Okay, if P is a positive, then the sum of infinity of the series 1 upon 1 plus P minus 1 minus P upon 1 plus P the whole square plus 1 minus P the whole square into 1 plus P cube is what, 1 by 2, 3 by 4, C1, none of this. Okay, now here you can easily make out that this series, if you say that its A is negative or something like that stuff, this question, always remember D cannot be negative. Always remember, I have solved this type of question also. I have told you R will be negative. In this type of question, never target the, if there are AP and GP and negative appears, always go for the R can be negative. So here if I observe, if I cancel out this, I am left with 1 upon 1 plus P, which gives me that R minus 1 upon 1 plus P is the common ratio, and sum of infinite terms they are asking. So I am very sure that this is what sum of infinite terms means. I have to go with the formula what, S upon A upon 1 minus R. A is what, 1 upon 1 plus P. 1 minus R is what, minus 1 upon 1 plus P. So what I am left with, 1 upon 1 plus P into 1 plus P minus R. Wait, we have done any mistake or what? If I divide this, I having minus 1 minus P upon 1 plus P. Sorry, we have this as our common ratio. Sorry, we are not having 1 minus P upon 1 plus P. This is our common ratio. We will substitute here 1 minus P. The moment I substitute here I will have minus 1 plus P. Right, minus 1 plus P. And in the bottom I will have 1 plus P. So here if I move this, also there is one more minus, so this will again become minus and this will become plus. And here in the denominator 1 plus P will appear, which will give me 1 upon, this will cancel out, this will also cancel out, I will be left with 1 upon 2, which is A. So A is the answer. So you should be able to get the R common ratio, which you should identify from here. By dividing this, you will come to know that minus 1 upon 1 minus P upon 1 plus P is the common ratio. Then you have to substitute it in the infinite GP ratio, in the infinite GP problem and get the answer. Okay, so now let's move on to the next question. Okay, so the next question which we are going to solve is the 17th question, the positive integer n for which, okay, 2 into 2 square plus 3 into 2 cube plus 4 into 2 power 4 and so on till n into 2 power n is equals to 2 power n plus 10. Okay, is what? Okay, 5 1 10, 5 1 11, okay, 5 1 1, 5 1 2, 5 1 3. Okay, so how we are going to proceed this problem? Okay, so here in this problem you can easily identify, okay, easily identify that one series is going in AP. Okay, 2 3 4 and so on till n is in AP, while 2 square, 2 cube, 2 power 4 and so on till 2 power n is in GP. Okay, so we have make out these two things. Okay, the moment we make out these two things, okay, we got an idea of AGP. We will consider it as some S sum, 2 into 2 square plus 3 into 2 cube, 4 into 2 power 4 and so on till n into 2 power n, multiplied by the common ratio 2 into S. Okay, if I divide, I will get the common ratio which is 2 only. So 2 into 2 cube, 3 into 2 power 4 and so on. Here I will have n minus 1 into 2 power n, and here I will have n into 2 power n plus 1. I will subtract them. I will call it as 1, I will call it as 2. I will subtract them. Subtract 1 minus 2. The moment I do, I will be left with minus s. 2 into 2 power 2, 2 cube, 2 4 and so on. Here I will be left with 2 power n minus n into 2 power n plus 1. If you will observe, we can write this as 2. Okay, 2 power 2, 2 power 2, this will be 1 2 power 2. Okay, and this will be 1 2 power 2. Okay, don't you agree? And this will be 2 power cube, 2 power 4, okay, and so on till 2 power n. And if this is till 2, and if I have added one more number, okay, these are now total n numbers. Okay, so in 2 power 2 plus 2 power 2 into 2 power n minus 1 upon 2 minus 1. Okay, here minus n into 2n plus 1. Okay, this is the ratio. Okay, and here what we are going to get, okay, is this that 2 power 2 plus this will be 2 power 2 into 2 power n minus 1. Okay, so minus n into 2 power n plus 1. Now let's take the next page. Okay, I will draw a line that this was the previous problem. Okay, so if you open this, you will come to know that this is 2 power, okay, 2n, 2 power 2n minus 2 power 2 minus, okay, n into 2 power n minus n. Okay, the moment you are able, you will come to know this and this will cancel out. 2 power 2n minus n into 2 power n minus n, and here since it is minus, I can, and I know its value, it is 2 power n plus 1. Okay, okay, why 2 power 2n is left? I am confused. 2 power 2n is left. Okay, I am doing some mistake. Let me check. This is 4. Okay, okay, I think we have done a mistake. Okay, we will rectify the mistake. Here minus s is there. Okay, as per the rule, we have to try to create GP till the smallest term possible. And if you remember, this 2 power 2, we can write it as 4. So we can also break it as 2 plus 2. Okay, 2 power 2 is there. We can write it as 4, which I can write as 2 plus 2. So 2 power 2 if I write, then I have 2 power 2 cube and 2 power 4 and so on till 2 power n minus n into 2 power n plus 1. Now this is total n terms. Okay, but previously it was n minus 1 term. So 2 plus 2 into 2 power n minus 1. Here it will become 1 minus n to 2 power n plus 1. The moment I open it, I will have 2 into 2 power, okay, 2 power n plus 1 minus 2. This and this will cancel out, minus n into 2 power n plus 1. Now you can clearly make out that it will be nothing but 1 minus n, okay, 1 minus n into 2 power n plus 1, and here in the left side there is minus s. Okay, so if I substitute remove the minus sign, I will be left with 2 power n plus 10 here, and here it will be n minus 1 into 2 power n plus 1. If I multiply 2 power n into 2 power 10, here if I multiply n minus 1 into 2 power n into 2, n will cancel out. 2 power 10 is equals to 2 power 9 it will become into n minus 1. 2 power 9 is some approximately, okay, some value about 512, which is equals to n minus 1. The moment I will move 1 here, I will become 513 n, which will give me my n value as 513. Okay, so this is our answer, which is the day. Okay, so never do the mistake. Okay, try to okay, break it down till the last term which you can. Okay, that is the part of the question. Okay, the way you have to solve this type of AGP questions, okay, of n terms. Okay, in infinity it is very easy, but when n terms appears, it is not that much easy. But okay, in the first I was not able to predict out that we can break this further and do this type of thing. Okay, but soon when I was not able to rectify that, it will not cancel out, and here for it to simplify, this should cancel out. Okay, but it was not cancelling out, and it will always happen that the term which you get by the sum, okay, always get cancelled out, or something gets common in that. Okay, now the next question, 18th. If x is greater than 0 and log to x to the base 2 log under root x to the base 2 log, okay, and 4 x power 1 by 4 to the base 2 and so on. Okay, okay, so on are given. Okay, and it is equal to 4, we equal to 4, and then we have to find the x value. Okay, this question is quite easy using the property of log a to the b power m. This is nothing but 1 upon m log a to the base b to the base a. Okay, using this property we can easily convert all the logs simply to the lowest log possible, which is x to the base 2. This I can write 2 log 2 to the base x. This I can write log 2x base 1 by 4 1 by 8 log 2 to the x to the base, and so on. Okay, it is equal to 4, so I will take log 2 to the base x common, and here I am left with 1 upon 2 1 by 4 1 by 8 and so on. Okay, and okay, so is equals to 4. Okay, since my 1 it is very less than, okay, it is less than 1, so I will go with the infinity formula. Okay, so log 2 to the base x 1 minus common ratio is 1 by 2. Okay, a is 1 upon 1 minus 1 by 2. Sorry, I was applying n term formula. Okay, so here a is 1 and my r is 1 by 2. The moment I apply, I am left with 2x into, okay, here this will cancel out and 2 will move up. Okay, and here 4 will be there and 2 will cancel out with this 4. Log 2 to the base x will be what? 2, and the moment I move this 2 here, I am having log 2 to the base 2, okay, 2 to the power 2, x is equals to 4, which is C. So C is the answer. This was property, okay, that you can shift the base, okay, on other side while teacher teach this thing by exponential. Okay, but remember this base, okay, will act as an exponential. Okay, now let's move on to the next question, which is the 90th question. Okay, so the 90th question is as follow: if a comma b comma c are in AP and p comma q comma r are in HP, and AP comma b q comma c are in GP, then p by r plus r by p is equal to what? Okay, now if you Okay, we can write one thing by AP, that 2B is equals to A plus C by AP. First you should be ready with the AP GP stuff. Q is nothing but 2 PR upon P plus Q by HP, and GP stuff will be what? B square Q square will be nothing but APCR, okay, by GP. Okay, so what we can do, okay, this we can substitute this p square value from here to here, okay, Q square, okay, because we know that there is no Q square in the option, okay, so we will eliminate the Q square. So the moment I square here, I have 4 p square R square upon P plus Q, okay, P plus R, sorry, P plus R. So let's substitute here, then I will have 4 P square R square upon P plus R the whole square into A P, okay, CR. Okay, I think this question also we have did in the lecture only, okay, but since it has appeared again, this one PR will cancel out with this one PR, giving me finally P plus R the whole square is equals to AC, and this 4 we can do this like this, 2B the whole square I can write is, and P plus R the whole square is equals to AC. Now 2AB the whole square is nothing but A plus C the whole square, so A plus C the whole square upon AC is nothing but P plus R the whole square upon PR, and if you open it, you will have A square plus C square plus 2 AC, okay, here you will have AC, here you will also have AC, and P square plus R square upon 2 PR upon PR upon PR. Now here this and this will cancel out, 2 will be left, and here 2 and 2 will also cancel out, so we are finally left with A upon C, C upon A is equals to P upon R and R upon P, which is A upon C and C upon A, which is A option. Okay, so it was just with the logic that since there is no Q, so we'll try to target that and eliminate that, okay, okay, and nothing much, okay, and you should be clear with the AP and GP concept, okay. Now let's move on to the next question. The next question which we are going to encounter is 20th question, which is the most easiest question, okay, which I can say 1 square plus 2 square and so on till n square is equal to 1015, then value of n is what? Okay, so here this is nothing, okay, this is not a means question only, this is just an induction formula application. Sum of terms, okay, sum of natural numbers, square of natural numbers is nothing but n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6, it should be equal to 1015. Now how you are going to hit and trial this? By putting the value each and every, okay, when you put the value, will come to know n is equals to 14 satisfies the answer, okay, and this type of question also we have discussed in the lecture only, okay. So the thing which we are going to move on is this question number 21, okay. The question number 21 says if A comma A and B are the pth and qth term of an AP, then the sum of its p plus qth term is, okay. So A is the p sum, A is equals to capital A plus p minus 1 into capital D, keep it as 1. B is what? Capital A plus q minus 1 into capital D, keep it as 2. We have done this type of problem also. So in short, if you have done watching the lectures, okay, and the previous 12 problem solving course, then you will be damn able to solve many questions, okay, more than half of the question, okay, 15 plus question, okay, which is very good, okay. If I subtract, I will get rid of A, I will automatically get A minus B is equals to P minus 1 into D minus Q minus 1 into D, which will give me A minus B, okay, which will give me D as P minus Q by P minus Q. I got my D. Can I get my A? Yes, I will get my A as a minus p minus 1 into d. So a will be what? A minus p minus 1 into d, a minus 1 upon p minus q. Okay, so I am getting a as this. Okay, so I am done with both the things. Now I want to find the sum of a plus q term. Okay, now as per the formula, okay, I will use this space only. Okay, as I might be not be able to. Okay, as p plus q will be nothing but p plus q by 2 into 2 times a. A is what? A is nothing but a plus p minus 1, which is here it is minus into, okay, a minus sorry, this is a minus b into a minus b upon p minus q. Okay, so this is our a plus p plus q minus 1 into d is what? D is nothing but a minus b upon p minus q. So what I will do, I will take this thing common, a minus b, from both this stuff. Okay, and what we are going to left with 2, okay, 2 a plus p minus 1, okay, 2 this 2a minus 2p minus 2, okay, plus p plus q minus 1, right, into a minus b upon p minus q. The moment we do this, you can clearly make out that this p and this p is cancelling out. Okay, so we are left with q minus, okay, q minus p, okay, q minus p, and here something like here if I multiply this, p plus q will be there, which will be p plus 2, sorry. So here plus 1 will be there, 2a will be there. Okay, so this is the thing which we are left with. Okay, so the moment we multiply this separately, a minus b upon p minus q, what we are going to see is 2a, okay, this will be minus, okay, q minus p, okay, into 2a plus b, a minus b, a plus b, p minus q, p minus q will cancel, okay, 2a into a minus, I think what we have to do, okay, we have done one mistake, okay, one big mistake. Okay, p plus q was there, divided by 2, we will leave this as it is, okay, minus, okay, minus 2p minus 2, okay, plus p plus q minus 1, okay, only this part will be considered, okay, and the a minus b upon p minus q will be taken separately out. Here 1p will cancel out, so q minus p, this will become plus again, so plus 1. Now here if we multiply, okay, okay, so here 2a will be left as it is, p minus 1 plus 1 upon a minus b upon, okay, let me do one separate this, otherwise you will be confused. S is equals to p plus q was there upon 2 into what was the term, okay, a minus p minus 1 into a minus b upon p minus q, plus p plus q minus 1 into d, which was what, a minus b upon p minus q. So here what we will do, take 2a multiplied with this, 2 multiply with this, okay, and take a minus b as common, so 2 into p minus 1, okay, plus p plus q minus 1, okay, from this part, okay, we are taking a minus b upon p minus q common, which is giving us finally p plus q minus 2b plus 2, and we are left with this stuff, a minus b upon p minus q, and there is one more p plus q by 2. Okay, for the timing we are going to solve this only, and this we are getting q minus p, and here it was minus 1 only, which will give me 1, a minus b upon p minus q. So if we multiply, what we are left with, q minus p upon a minus b upon p minus q plus a minus b upon p minus q when it is multiplied with 1. So here you can observe the calculation is quite big. If I take minus outside, this will cancel out and I will be left with minus a minus b plus a minus b upon p minus q. Okay, so here you can observe 2a minus a plus b plus a minus b upon p minus q. So we are left with a plus b plus a plus minus b upon p minus q, and here outside there is p plus q by 2. Okay, so we are getting our final answer as p plus q by 2, a plus b. Okay, b is the answer, a minus b. Okay, so this calculation part was quite a bit difficult. Okay, I mean not difficult but quite means error happens, okay, sometimes. Okay, like taking things, okay, common, okay, sometimes it happens, but you should be smart enough to analyze that. Okay, now let's move on to the next question, which is 22th question. Okay, which says sum of those integers from 1 to 100 which are not divisible by 3 and 5 is. Okay, so if you want to get the sum of this, okay, then sum is what, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus, okay, and so until 100. And we want what, first we will calculate divisible by 5 and divisible by 3, then we will remove it from this divisible, okay, from those, okay, the left, and we will get what we want, okay, which is not divisible by 3. But for that we need to find divisible by 3, divisible by 5 and divisible by both, and then remove, okay, both of them from the series. Then the left term will be what, neither divisible from 3, 5 or both of them. So divisible by 3 will be what, you can easily say 3 plus 6 9, and the last term 99. Okay, and total term will be like that, will be 33 term. Okay, how I got this so fast? Okay, I will tell you the process, but for one time only. 99, okay, my first term is 3 and minus 1, I need to get the number of terms. 3 is the difference. Okay, what will happen is that this will become, okay, I will cancel it out, okay, which will give me, okay, 3 will cancel out, and 99 will be divided by 3, okay, by n. I will get n is equals to 33. Okay, so we got the 33 terms. So can I get the sum of divisible by 3 term? 33 by 2. My first term is what, 3, my last term is what, 99. So I will use this strict formula of summation, which give me 1683. Okay, I will keep it as 1. Now next target is what, divisible by 5. Divisible by 5 means what terms? 5, 10, okay, 15 and so on. What is the last term? 100. How many total terms are possible like that? Total term, okay, it is 20. Okay, although this is very simple, okay, you don't need to even use, you can just mentally calculate 2, okay, divisible by 5. So here 20 by 2 into first term is 5, last term is 100. You can easily say that the value is what, 1050. Now we want to find divisible by 3 and 5, means both. Okay, so how many such terms are possible? 15, okay, 30, and what is the last term? I guess 90. Okay, the total term possible is, total term possible is what, 6. Okay, total term possible is what, 6. Okay, so what we are getting in the end, sum of 3 and 5 is what, 6 upon 2 bracket 15 plus 90. If you divide, you will come to know the sum as 315. Okay, now we want neither divisible by 3 nor by 5. So what it will be, s3 s5 minus s3 and 5, okay, which will give me 1683 plus 1050 minus 315, okay, so which will give me 2733 315, okay. And the process is same for all the types of question, okay. They will just change you the series, okay. So this is the, okay, not divisible by 3 and 5, okay. Now what you have to do, okay, so you have got the number, okay. There might be numbers which will be similar in this and this, okay. So to remove that, we have subtracted this from the okay, sorry, this is not, okay, divisible by 3 and by 5, okay, and by 5. So there may be some numbers, okay, which can be common in both of them, so we removed them, okay. So now what we will do for not divisible, what we have to do, the final task, what we have to do, not divisible by 3 and 5, divide from the total term, which is 5050 minus, okay, 2414, which you will get sum of 100 terms, apply n into n plus 1, then 101, okay, by 2 505, okay, 505, I guess, okay, 100 101 505 5050, okay, let me check. Total term, okay, 5050 is, see, if we subtract, what we are getting, 2632, okay, which is the D answer, okay. Now we are done with this type of problems, okay. And with the means, you can say the exercise 1 type of questions, okay, which were, some questions were little bit means of JEE Mains level, but some were not, okay, like the sum of n square terms, okay. So this was our first lecture on institution level questions, and we will see you in the next lecture. Take care, okay, and study, okay, practice the questions, and you will succeed surely, okay. And please don't forget to like and subscribe the Omega Pi IIT JEE and GATE. It will help us to bring more lectures for you, okay. Thank you.